Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you the latest on the British royal family, and today I'll be talking about why I think that Meghan could possibly be at the coronation and other things. Meghan is restarting her TIG, which was her pre-Harry blog, where she basically gave advice to her fans on home decor, clothes, food and wine, and her subtle references to her love life or lack of. This was inevitable because she resented the fact that she had to close it down when she married into the royal family. It was not appropriate for a working member of the royal family to have a very public blog. Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, was also in a similar position when she married into the royal family. She was working in media and had to really rein in her public persona and dedicate her life to her new royal job. Meghan, however, resented this, and we remember her kicking back at everything in the early days, especially with the clothing she wore, the outfits. I don't believe that she was oblivious to the fashion mistakes she made. I think she went all out to do as much as possible so that she would be criticised and reprimanded by the royal family, so that then she could point her finger at them and say how cruel they were and how unreasonable. Not that I think she has a natural fashion sense. I don't think she does, but I do think she is no longer making those what appear to be terrible fashion gaffes. Some said that she was often high as a kite at royal events. Harry too. And I believe maybe she was, and it was a way of giving the finger to the royal family, and another way to be told off and to use as ammunition. There were times when we saw suspicious white marks under her nose, on her clothing, and so on. I don't have these photos to hand, but I'm pretty sure I have an old video referring to this. This was in the early days, when it seemed that the people who spotted what was going on with Harry and Meghan were very much in the minority and criticised for being negative about them. But now Harry himself has come out and said that he is a user of illegal substances. Harry also found, I think, newfound boldness, bravery, if you like, in Meghan's company that brought out his rebellious streak even more. I'm pretty sure he too was off his head literally at some of these events and, like a naughty little child, followed Meghan's lead. I think this is why their Pacific tour was so bad. I think it was their substance abuse contributed a lot to it. Now that Harry has made it public that he did and still does take drugs, then it seems as though Meghan has led him so far. And now she's watching the fallout, as Harry makes himself not just the butt of many jokes and ridicule in the UK and the world. And one example of this is that in the UK there is a new phrase. You don't call someone a wuss anymore, but you call them a Prince Harry. He has also made himself appear to be a total failure in business and relationships, and tops it all by putting the whole country at risk through his runaway mouth. Meghan needs to come to the coronation so that she can have years' worth of photos, memorabilia of the coronation with her face etched in it for eternity. Even if she's placed far away from the King and Queen, you can guarantee she will have some form of photographer who will make sure to catch the angle so that it looks like she's closer than she is, and she will Photoshop herself in, I'm sure, otherwise. Although some papers are saying that Meghan is not brave enough to attend because of not just the wrath of King Charles, but the whole country, I think she has to attend because it will be an opportunity she cannot miss, whereby her newly titled children, a prince and a princess, no less, something that was in her dreams as a child, has become reality, so to speak, and she will want to exploit that as much as possible. I think that reviving her TIG is the start of her really murching her children. It's like she's rushing to do this before the truth comes out about them. Maybe they lose the titles. Who knows what's next in this drama? But one thing she knows how to do is to make money out of any and every situation possible. Restarting it is the beginning of her reinventing herself as a mother of a prince and a princess. Don't be surprised to see her using princess for herself as a title. When the dust settles, I'm sure she will be doing this. I can also see her selling coronation memorabilia, but all focused on her and her children, with her portraying herself as a very important mother of future heirs to the throne. This is unless something is done to prove the authenticity of those children. The very existence of Lily is in question, and the changing appearance of Archie has become a subject of ridicule. This fantasy that Meghan has created for herself has been acted out on the world stage, and the line between fantasy and reality has never been so blurred as it is now. The way Meghan's features change in photos, the way the children change in photos, makes one wonder whether there's more than one Meghan and whether there are actually any real children born of her body. All of this seems not to matter in the great scheme of things, because the decisions are made from the top regardless of what the public thinks, and sometimes it does seem like a chess game, especially while the Queen was alive. It was easier then to assume that the Queen had it under control and was playing a brilliant game of chess. She definitely did put Harry and Meghan firmly in their place many times with her well thought out chess moves. Now it appears that the decision-making is influenced by an emotionally weak and hurt father who himself is influenced by a strong wife who has probably had enough of her spoilt stepson bad-mouthing her and manipulating her husband to the extent whereby her own family barely has a look in until now. The decision to have Camilla's grandchildren involved is said to have angered Harry and Meghan, but their role of holding the canopy during the anointing of Camilla is very appropriate for the occasion. Also, whether we like or dislike Camilla, her title of Queen, with the dropping of the word consort, is appropriate and traditional, as all wives of kings were known as Queen. However, it did not apply in the anointing of Queen Elizabeth II. Her husband Philip was known as Prince, not King, and he rejected the proposed title of Prince Consort, opting to be known as just Prince Philip. He was already a prince at birth, as he was Prince of Greece and Denmark, but chose not to use those titles. Upon marrying the Queen, he was given HRH, His Royal Highness. Titles are massively important to Meghan, contrary to what she tries to portray. More British people are demanding proof of birth regarding Meghan's children, as they have the right to ensure that the children are legitimate heirs to the throne. Although they're never likely to get to the throne, they still need to be legitimate. The royals are supposed to serve the people, not the other way around. So let me have your thoughts on this. Do you think, as I do, that if this event goes ahead, then Meghan will be there? One thing I do believe is that she will keep us guessing until the last minute just to stay in the headlines. So let me have your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.